This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing Whose Turn Is It Anyway? I'm your host, Thom Raley. This game was created by the RPG Crusade Discord community. We will be rolling dice to determine who the game master is. The gang is back and ready to play. We have as our players Morgan Llewellyn and Sawyer Hill, longtime members of our club, and Sergio Crego, a new member and experienced gamer coming to us from Mayday Roleplay. Welcome back, everyone. So, without anything further to say, let's begin our journey into the darkness.
Let's do it. Another session of Whose Turn Is It Anyway? If you are unfamiliar with the game, check out episode 1 where we talk about our table conventions and how to play EZD6. We've gone over it before we started recording, but we're going to jump right into the fun part of rolling on some tables. We have a new table we're going to roll on this week or this month, which is the GM table. Any one of us could possibly GM tonight. I'm going to ask someone to roll a D8 on a 1 or a 2. It'll be me. On a 3 or a 4, it'll be Thom. 5 or 6, Morgan. And a 7 or 8, it'll be Sawyer. Thom, why don't you do the honors? Roll that D8 and let's see who has the honor of GMing today.
D8. 7.
That is Mr. Sawyer. How do you feel about it?
A little nervous. I'm mainly just waiting for the other rolls.
I think it'll be fine. We're gonna have a good time. So, okay, setting or tone. Let's roll on the tone. I think that's what we did last time. And last time we did change the number 6 option to Lynchian. Sawyer had made that suggestion. So if we're okay with it, I'll roll the D8 and see where we land on tone. Roll D8. A 6, which is Sawyer's Lynchian tone. You get to live the change you wanted to see in the world. I think that's good too because you're the GM and you're comfortable with Lynchian.
Maybe vibe. We'll see.
If we can't land on something, we could always re-roll. It's not the end of the world. Setting D20. Morgan, do the honors. Why don't you roll the D20 and see what kind of setting we land on? Oh man,
Lynchian 20. What's 20?
Ooh, roll 2 and mix. This is going to be an interesting session.
Okay, roll 2d20. 11 and 9.
That's superheroes and space.
Whoa, Lynchian space superheroes, or Lynchian superheroes in space.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The first thing I thought of is all of our superpowers have to be weird. Like, it's not as simple as just like strength. Like, I read a comic once where the longer somebody stayed up and didn't sleep, the stronger they got. Like, I feel like that needs to be the vibe of our powers, at least.
I agree with that. That's
something weird.
In space.
In space.
I'm thinking like when the X-Men, go to other planets to fight things.
What's the space aesthetic of Lynchian space? What do their spaceships look like? I'm thinking like
it's gotta be like I'm thinking like the wasteland of industrial pipes from Eraserhead. Right? Like there's the spaceship or from like like David Lynch's Dune or something. Like very
I see what you're saying.
industrial, very liminal. The purpose of a space may not be clear, but it will be full of steam and pipes
and long liminal sort of spaces and
yeah.
odd ambient noises constantly.
There's
I'm gonna write that
always
down.
there's always like, the normal world in Lynch, and then you go into the weird sometimes, especially with like Blue Velvet, etc. Like, I wonder if we're not in a relatively normal rocket, but where we land is like a weird Lynchian planet or something like that. Otherwise, otherwise our ship can just be a weird Lynchian ship too. That's fine.
Yeah, because it's going to turn out that the game's really a metaphor about the subconscious. So we're all like,
Or
we're actually delving into someone's subconscious. Um,
all of the food that we eat is
metaphorically
man-made.
speaking, to serve man. Yeah. So
And of
I
course,
believe I think
I just feel like whatever we're doing, it's like somewhat grotesque in like, I think of Twin Peaks, and there's this horrible murder of a young girl. Like, I feel like we're not going to like necessarily fight a big bad monster, but like, find the body of somebody who was left there, or what's even weirder than that.
well, it's almost as though right, like
See,
at the station that like
I like we're going with the station.
Like,
We could be.
I'm thinking of something like in Blue Velvet, right? The transition from the normal world to the horrifying, reality, like the allusion to the reality of America, or however you want to interpret that, like the ear with the ants crawling on it in Blue Velvet. I almost feel as though there is this, right, like that's like the corpse of an alien is found, and now things have gotten really weird.
I like the idea of us just going to like save some astronauts in a station or something,
yeah.
and yeah, maybe they're just researching an alien body they found, and something strange has happened with that alien body. And because we aren't necessarily traditional, in tights superheroes, we're just like people with superhuman abilities. We've been sent to hopefully be able to solve the problem.
But you gotta have like weird outfits still. They might not be like tights, but it has the like
Lynchian, Dune, weird tights.
Dune, Lynchian, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
yeah. So it's like that's something. It has that. That almost everydayness, or like the violence that underlies this everydayness. So, the station itself can also be, I think as Sergio's those just like just going to rescue astronauts. Like, it's something just so very mundane, at the same time as it's super weird.
Right.
The astronauts aren't doing groundbreaking research necessarily.
Okay. It's almost like a station aboard a planet, or over a planet that we're like mining for resources, or something very mundane of like getting. I'm thinking that my superhero, if I hold my breath, I can go invisible, is kind of what I'm playing with.
I think my character's superpower is that when I stare at someone, I make them relive awkward moments from their childhood.
that's what's tricky. I mean, you could just say that you have prophetic dreams, like.
Yeah, it's a fun challenge because it has to be like usable, but it also should feel somewhat strange and esoteric.
How about my superpower? I've genetically engineered to have 4 arms. so I can do technical stuff.
The
Maybe I'm the
multitasker.
mechanic. Yeah.
But
I'm the
your
mechanic.
extra arms are like little arms.
Yeah, they're little, so they can get into the arms are really long, but the hands are little small. Like doll's hands. Too tight little things in the machine.
Yeah. I've been getting some garbled audio from Thom
Am I
too.
getting some garbled?
It comes in once in a while, yeah.
Keep talking. I'll just turn it off and turn it back on.
So
Yeah, so
we
maybe if we nix the alien idea, if it
Yeah,
is
maybe
just
it's like a
if it-
spirit or something. It's like an
or-
alien
or
spirit,
or
you know?
something, or I mean, it's like you've got like the blue cube, the with the key from something like Mulholland Drive. So
Yeah, they find like a weird artifact or something.
right, like there's a
Yeah.
weird object.
Hopefully that fixes it. Well, yeah, we could go that way, or we could go the extra dimensional alien entities that use electricity to travel around. I don't know. We've flown into the Black Lodge.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
The
don't
Black
know it.
Lodge in space.
Yeah, the station itself is its own like pocket universe kind of thing.
Um,
Start seeing
yeah,
doppelgangers of astronauts we've already met, but their eyes are all white.
Yeah, or of ourselves.
Or yeah.
What I was going to say is, you are superheroes, and superheroes kind of need sort of supervillains or something to fight. You know, we have to have some sort of action. It can't just be space horror because you're superheroes. What does that
yeah.
look like?
Yeah.
we didn't really pick horror, so it doesn't really have to be horror.
No, but the tone of Lynchian, Joe, there is this kind of underlying dread throughout it. But I agree with Sawyer that ultimately this is a story of people with abilities overcoming someone or an obstacle or something to help others.
Well, I mean, there's like if you look at Twin Peaks, the figure of Bob that transfers from person to person, almost like trying to track down this leaping alien life force that we think has made its way to the station or something. Or it's just a nemesis, and we're not there to confront this nemesis, but the nemesis is there, right?
The people have been replaced by tulpas, sophisticated machines.
So yeah, there could be this. Yeah, if there is this alien life form that's ethereal in some sense, or like non-corporeal, that we've confronted on numerous occasions. So it's like that superhero, you're doing the investigation. It's like, it's the Joker is behind it, like you have that realization of, it's your classic foe yet again.
In fact, maybe we are tracking this entity to this place, this station, and they're doing something mundane that has nothing to do with him. Or there's no reason for him that we understand for him necessarily to be there, them to be there, and yeah, maybe
be
it's
up to something. Yeah,
right. They have to be up to something, so we're trying to figure that out and stop them, thwart them. And then that way we can have an antagonistic force. And I immediately think of Bob from Twin Peaks, this kind of ethereal, body jumping, mind controlling entity.
Who feeds on emotion. He feeds on fear.
Right.
Fear and suffering. Garment Bosia. Maybe my superpower. Well, I like my superpower. I've got the extra. Maybe they're robot arms. That works too. But my mind can control.
Oh, you got the garbled
systems.
sound again.
You can have twice the amount of
Oh, my
coffee.
thing.
Yeah, how much of our ship's storage is devoted to coffee beans? This is an important question.
As much as is needed. to get to the end of the session. Now I'm hung up on like what my character's name is, you know.
Ah. Oh, we're all named Bob.
I'm going with a superhero-like name, but it's probably going to be dumb. We could start calling out some of our inclinations or boons. It says that if you don't choose a hero path that most aligns with your character's idea, you can just choose 2 boons. Find. There's an EZD6 quick reference document that we can use to look at potential boons.
My boon would be something like with my power to make people relive awkward memories when I stare at them. I feel as though a boon could be something uh, like disturbing presence. I have bonuses to making like
Just make people uneasy.
make people uneasy.
Yeah. Because, like, directly from the book, a brute, which is basically like a barbarian, has 2 boons of a melee and strength attacks, which seems pretty obvious. So, you know, for my character, I think a boon would be. I think I can hold my breath for a pretty good amount of time is a boon, and I think that I probably have ability to perceive more than others because I'm in literal, not literal shadows, but unseeable, so I detect and pick up on things. Let's see.
What year do we want this set in? Just random question.
1976.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's the retro future.
Yeah.
In the distant year of 1976, our heroes go to Omega 7 station.
And we could
Shortly
just
after the world was taken over by intelligent apes.
Yeah, maybe humanity had to move to the moon or to Mars
the
because
first
the apes took it over.
atomic weapons, nukes, gave everyone superpowers and then accelerated the Lynchian horror of it. Not
Yes.
horror, but
I like that. Yeah.
just
The nuclear weapons set off a chain of events, including like affecting reality, and so it's just a weirder and weirder place.
So do we pick a hero path, or can we just
Yeah,
pick
so
2?
generally a hero path will like tell you what boons you get, but you could also just decide, like me and Morgan did, to kind of more just retrofit 2 boons to that. Everyone's going to have 3 health strikes unless you're picking a particularly big bruiser, and then if you're wearing armor, and it sounds like we're going to have kind of weird accoutrements, so it makes sense we have some armor. If you roll a 5 or above when an enemy attacks you, you are able to negate the damage that they deal you.
So I think, building on what we were talking about for my character, I think I'm going to be Spider 8, and my boons will be one that I can repair anything at lightning speed, and that I can climb up and down and on the roof and in the ceiling and through tunnels. I can get into any part of the ship that I need to. So, like
So
a
it would make-
cockroach.
It would make sense that your boon is something like handyman or good with gadgets, an engineer type mind.
Super mechanic, yeah.
Super mechanic. I would maybe make the ability to walk on any surface an inclination, but you could choose it as a boon. You could also just say you're good at like melee stuff since you're very nimble.
I could fight with 4 different guns, 2 big ones and 2 little ones.
Nice, there you go.
The little ones are the really dangerous ones.
So then now we choose 3 inclinations, which are kind of further defining our characters.
The inclinations.
I think my character has the aspect of being highly charismatic to make him even more unsettling, because he disturbs you so greatly, and yet he's so cheery and optimistic.
I'll definitely take sneaky. So I have a boon anytime I do anything hiding or moving around unseen.
So I do need another inclination.
At least 3.
3 inclinations?
3 inclinations total, yeah. And
lock picking is definitely one.
that makes sense.
I'll give myself danger sense.
I'm starting to think that my character doesn't necessarily turn invisible, but like kind of Frodo goes into a side dimension. So I'm able to see the world, but it's like a little different. And so I'm going to take this inclination called attuned. You can blind fight and escape areas of obscured vision that can befuddle the direction of others. So whenever I hold my breath and go quote unquote invisible, things like smoke and other vision impairments don't necessarily affect me.
I'm also going to pick slippery. So whatever my psychic field is that makes me disturb others, I'm good at knowing if they're going to do something hostile towards me or if something in the environment is going to go wrong. So I've got that. I'm really good at avoiding or being aware of if bad things are about to happen to me.
Yeah. In a similar way, I think I'm going to take trap finder, but not necessarily interpreting that as, booby traps. I can see situations mechanically that are extremely dangerous. A weakened strut or something that could easily come down on top of us. And I think also, because I'm mechanical, I think I have a nimbus of light.
That's cool.
A little thing opens up on my forehead and a little flashlight shines out, so I don't have to use my hands to hold it.
I'm just going to take the final inclination as a fighter. You have a boon in melee weapons. Note if already trained, you can't take this inclination, which I don't. You can be double trained. Yeah. So I'm going to say that he just has almost like a nightstick on him to surprise people and come out of the invisibility to hit folks. As for my aspects, I forget how many we have to choose.
And
2
sort
aspects.
And in sort of gameplay, am I memorizing all this, or are you just going to call it out as you use it?
I think that we should talk out with you what it's going to look like. That way you're not surprised when it comes. So, for instance, sneaky, anytime I describe myself sneaking around, you can just expect me to roll 2d6. Attuned, you should expect me to not take any kind of bane if I am in like a cloud or somewhere where it's visible to see. Like I would even argue maybe the dark is an example of that. And then finally fighter, I roll with boon when I'm fighting with my melee weapon of choice. So if everyone else wants to maybe talk out anything that he might need to be aware of.
Yeah, so with my inclinations, I'm gonna have the disturbing presence, so I have like a boon or whatever to making people uncomfortable or basically pressuring people into doing things out of discomfort. I have danger sense, so I can't be surprised, and I have a boon for avoiding traps. And then I have slippery. I could roll to escape any quote bad situation close quote on a 4+. And that's not an action; it just happens. So that's if I'm grabbed, rocks fall on you. So my character has an uncanny ability to, he gets sealed in an airlock, and you're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And he walks up, coming down the hallway. And he's like, what are you guys looking at? It just has a strange, uncanny ability to just slip out of weird and dangerous situations.
A giant appears and tells you there
Yeah.
is it is happening again.
It's happening again. But I think with the aspects, you have to pick two. I have the highly charismatic, and bureaucratically minded. There's a right and proper way to do things with the right and proper paperwork. We can't just be going about the galaxy all willy-nilly. We need to be documenting what's happening.
I think the two aspects I'm going to describe myself as is always expects the worst. So he's kind of a pessimist because of the things he sees in the other pocket dimension. And I think he's going to be young, so he has terrible acne. And I think I'm going to call myself Invisiboy.
Invisiboy. I was tempted to call myself Spider-Man, but
The Man Spider.
that's more like a nickname,
Creepy Crawler.
Sucks. Spider.
I am Captain Memo.
I like Creepy Crawler.
Creepy crawler.
Okay. You can start choosing your gear as well. Choose equipment, 4 common gear and 2 specialty gear. Definitely choosing a nightstick is one of my gear.
Where's the gear?
That is on page 39 of the handbook.
Oh, I don't have that up.
Technically page 40, but you could also find the instructions are in that PDF, but what you could do is just literally come up with whatever you think you might have.
Yeah, so I have a radio that lets me communicate directly with our ship's AI system.
Well, I think if I could generalize, because of what I do, I've got all my tools and any things I might need. If I need a welding thing, I've got it. If I've got a piece of rope, I need it. So maybe I'll put gear also as one of my things.
I also have an obnoxiously small notepad.
I wish I had some doll hands. Put that on my list of things to add to my collection of props.
I wonder if there's a chemical that if you sniff it, it helps you like breathe longer, like hold your breath longer.
Yeah, so
liquid oxygen.
Liquid oxygen.
Like the stuff they use in, what was it, the Abyss?
Yes.
They breathe it in.
Yes.
It's nonsense, but it's a cool idea.
I'm going to say that's That's like an item that if I use it, I won't be able to use it again. It's just one of those things that will maybe give me a boon to hold my breath, basically.
It's meant for emergencies if you're... Yeah, but you could probably still hold your breath for an hour. I don't know. Like, you've got some whale DNA. So you hold your breath for an hour.
One of my specialty gear is like these goggles that allow me to kind of analyze the area that can give me like readouts and information about the space I'm in. And I have a flask of alcohol that I keep to myself.
Thom, what were your sort of abilities again? You had the headlight. I remember that.
Yeah, lock picking
Lockpicking.
and trap finding. Or in this case, it's really danger finding dangerous mechanical situations. Why is this not backwards? No, that's right. It's not tight anymore.
Final special thing I have is a grappling hook. That'll help me to get to weird places.
Okay, so yeah, it's my items. I've got the comm link that directs me to the AI, the ship, to our rockets. It should be a rocket, obnoxious rocket ship instead of a sleek spaceship, I think. To our rocket ship's AI system, named Richard. I have an obnoxiously small notepad for interrogations. And I have a pocket watch that's time is always set so I can always know what time it is in Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
And I have any mechanical equipment that I need.
Is Cleveland, Ohio, like the headquarters of the whole space program?
No.
No, it's just Cleveland, Ohio.
I mean, it could be. It could be. I just think it's funnier if it's not. Yeah, the space superhero are based in Cleveland, Ohio.
And I probably have a perpetual link to the others.
Richard's the AI. Okay. I was thinking the AI, it looks like a gramophone. It's just a disc that keeps spinning and it like speaks out of the horn.
Yeah, and it's very crackly and nothing it says ever makes any sense.
Sawyer, what do you need from us to feel ready? Like, do you think we should talk a bit about the mission?
Yeah, I kind of need like the objective.
Yeah.
You know, what does success look like?
Okay. Success looks like saving the astronauts, keeping them alive, preferably catching, killing, getting rid of whatever this malevolent entity is that we've tracked to this station.
Yeah, apprehend apprehend Lima.
Lima. Because sometimes they can be as small as a lima bean. Why Lima?
Yep.
Okay. I think that Lima has like done something awful to each of us personally. Like, you know, he murdered my mother or something really just terrible like that. I think I'm going to go with murdered my mother.
And we believe that we can trace him all the way back to Jack the Ripper. who was actually who he was.
Okay, yeah.
That's a Star Trek episode.
There's definitely a thing element to this of like he could potentially have possessed one of the astronauts. It's like can we figure out where he is?
You needed a new feeding ground.
Yeah, maybe he has a particular quirk about him that we can all decide. He laughs a certain way or something. Like there's a. Then it becomes about trying to make them all laugh.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
He can't resist violence. If there's violence, he's attracted to it.
Can't resist violence. Has a kind of laugh to them. Has a weird laugh. I think we do all have like a weird personal connection with this person in some way.
Yeah, I feel like I was the I like some discrepancy in the degree of like seriousness. So like he personally murdered your mother, but for me he um secretly he messed up a clock and I was late to an important meeting and got passed over for a promotion.
I like that, yeah.
So curse you, Lima. I should be Admiral Memo, but alas, I am only Captain Memo.
He's responsible for the death of the entire Hermes space colony because he rerouted all of the waste and air filtering systems and basically just caused an incredible amount of pain and suffering in the process.
Okay,
that's what he feeds on.
I like that. I'm going to change mine to be slightly more bizarre. He didn't murder my mother. We dated for a while and he ended up being a complete scumbag and cheated on me. There's just like a weird romantic entanglement.
Romantic entanglement. Wiping out a colony and passing up a promotion. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, he messed with the clock on the station, so it was late. I thought I had
it wasn't
5
set
more
to
minutes.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
That's right. So now I operate solely off of Cleveland, Ohio Standard Time.
Have you ever been to Cleveland, Ohio? Like, has Captain Mim ever been at? No, I didn't.
Isn't there a famous Twain quote that the great cities in the United States are San Francisco, New Orleans, and Chicago, and all of the rest of them are Cleveland?
Never
something
heard that.
like that.
In terms of the station's layout, maybe there's like 2 docking stations at most. Maybe just one, just to keep things simple and in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a big one. It's a freight one because they're miners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big freight dock.
And it says the station is orbiting like a planet that's getting harvested from.
Yeah, and that planet probably just looks like it's just being torn apart by, the machines and things like that down there.
It was once a nice, beautiful, lush world with alien life, and it's now this barren,
brown ball.
strip mining mountains of West Virginia.
With strip mining all over it.
Yeah.
You can see from outer space. Looks like big circles.
What if there's just like one green dot on the planet where they haven't gotten to yet, like the final bit of life that exists on that planet? It's not
Right,
very
there's
big.
There's like a tree or something.
Yeah, like pick a small state, like that much green left of
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, a speck the size of Rhode Island. That's still green.
If it was up to Lynch, it would be like California or something. But
And the protesters are constantly battling to save the mugwumps, but they're not good. They're going to be gone before they. They're completely repulsive, but somebody wants to save them.
So there's like what? There's what, 2 protesters in the green space trying to save the last 3 mugwumps.
Yeah.
But
not my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Turns out they'll have the perfect cure for cancer, but
Do we have a like a superhero league, like
Our
league
our league, our League of Extraordinary Spacefarers,
okay,
the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers.
All-American League?
you really think that we'll survive that far into the future?
Hey, if Cleveland, Ohio is still there,
How about United Canada? Canada takes over.
I just thinking of Lynching as Americana. That's
Oh yeah,
what I get,
okay.
right.
Yeah, this isn't a political statement, Tom. We're just trying to run it as Lynchwood.
We're trying to riff. We're just ripping on Lynch.
I almost feel like it would be like the Boy Scouts or something. Like thinking of what weird group would Lynch take, the Moose Lodge or something like that.
The Space Scouts. The
Space Scouts
of America.
1976 is the bicentennial year of America, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Well,
What's
all right.
that?
It's the bicentennial for America. So
It was 1976.
yeah, which I think is the year we had
Yeah.
noted.
I designed a flag.
I wasn't born yet.
So I like the so either the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers.
Yeah.
Problem solvers. We're the problem solvers. Yeah. American
The Problem
League.
Solvers Division.
The problem solvers. We are the problem solvers division of the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers.
Hunting down illegal aliens across the galaxy.
No.
Well, the alien is an illegal alien, so
Okay, fine. Okay, Lima. I was going to ask what's the name of our bad guy, Lima.
Lima, yeah.
Okay.
Lima.
Lima.
Gravity? Is there gravity on this starship or on this space station?
Only sometimes.
There's
Only sometimes.
only sometimes, and it's a little too much. It's like 1.2 of Earth.
Mm.
And does it have the gravity by spinning?
It
In
makes
which
sense
case,
to me.
it has to be fairly big then, because otherwise you get nauseous just from.
Mhm.
I feel like it would get its gravity from something weird if this was Lynch, like
Black hole technology.
Yeah.
They've got little tiny black holes that keep you stuck to the ground.
I kind of like that because then you can get weird with stuff. There's a black hole generator.
And something came out.
I'm excited and ready. I don't know about everybody else.
I think I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
I have a lot of things to juggle here, but I think I got it.
Yeah, just remember, focus on the present, focus on the physical, the 3 players. Let's remember to make clear where we are in the space, and don't be afraid to kind of add to the narrative element of like adding things and defining the station as we go.
Before we have we been sent here because we got a message from them, or because we didn't get a message from them?
Oh, we've been tracking Lima across the galaxy.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he's got an evil frequency that we've been able to track to here.
Mhm.
Okay. We dive in.
All right.
Well, I got those stabilizers fixed. We should have smooth sailing from here on out.
I must inform you once again, creepy crawler, we are not sailing through anything.
I'm sorry, guys, but let's maybe begin with Sawyer kind of setting the scene, and then we'll run into it.
Okay.
All right. So the year is 1976. The atomic weapons, the first atomic explosions, have changed the world forever, giving some people superpowers and opening up new holes in reality for entities like your villainous foe Lima to enter through. You're all on board the rocket ship. You're members of the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers, specifically the Problem Solvers Division. We cut to a sort of a cockpit, a bridge of this rocket ship. It's not quite, I wouldn't say it's very big, but Invisiboy, what does this bridge look like?
The bridge is all glass surfaces and kind of chrome metal, seemingly made out of straight out of a 1950s science fiction television program. And there is an empty chair, and all of a sudden, breathing in heavily, Invisiboy appears in the seat, kind of plopping into place, catching his breath. And he looks over and says, "Are we there yet?"
No, Invisiboy. We should be there in the next, I check my pocket watch, 2 hours. Nope. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, I have it upside down. We'll be there in the next 2 minutes.
He's biting his nails immediately, and it's like, well, what if we don't make it? Well, what if we miss it?
Invisiboy, anything is possible with the right attitude, a nice cup of coffee, and the excellent navigational skills of Richard.
Yes,
Richard?
yes. I have a doctorate in navigation. I can get
I'm
us
glad
there
you do, Richard.
on time.
I crawl across the ceiling over towards where Invisiboy is, and I put my two little hands on his shoulders and say, don't worry. These things happen all the time. We'll be here. You're perfectly safe. I've been on 100 missions. The ship's in good shape. You got nothing to worry about.
As if he is being murdered, Invisiboy screams at the top of his lungs and then stops, realizes it's his ally, Creepy Crawler, turns around and, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get some coffee. You want some coffee, Captain Memo?
Yes. Black
Creepy
as the
crawler?
voids of space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's just what we need. And I'm going to walk over to the instant coffee machine built into the side of the thing and start making some espressos.
Richard,
Yes. Sorry.
please mark the time at
Yes.
8:30 a.m.
In your
Cleveland
usual
Standard. Time. Yes. Please make contact with the Omega 7 mining station.
They will be on line 1.
Thank you. And I pull like a actual rotary telephone off of the wall.
There's several. They're numbered 1 through 7.
And
So I take the and they're all color coded. So I take the yellow one phone, and wait eagerly to be connected to the station.
And what were you doing, creepy?
I was flipping over and moving into the navigation seat and taking over for the captain since he's on the phone. So I start.
What do these sort of controls look like?
They're interesting because they're kind of retro. The surface is mostly glass, but there's a lot of little toggle switches with little color-coded lights next to them. No text at all, just the lights. In order to pass flight school, you have to memorize the panels.
Invisiboy comes around with 2 espresso cups, his hands shaking as if he's already had 10 cups, but he hands them over to Creepy and Memo.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Oh, he's almost spooked by the how hot the coffee is, but he goes back to his seat.
On the phone, you get an answer. This is comms operator Gilman.
Comms operator Gilman. It is so wonderful to speak to you this morning. I am Captain Memo from the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers with the Problem Solvers Division. How are you today?
Excellent. I don't know if we have any problems that need solving.
Well, unfortunately, according to our readings, you might have one very big problem. We have been tracking an interdimensional criminal, and we believe that they are currently hiding aboard your station.
Tell him that he can jump bodies.
And he can jump bodies. In fact, I may be talking to him right now.
Jumping bodies? That doesn't sound likely.
I'm disturbed by the laugh. That's not quite the right pitch. I know this is not Lima. Well, Gilman, you're all right by me. We are requesting permission to dock in the next 45 seconds. Can that be accommodated?
Yes, it can certainly be accommodated. I'm going to call the docking crew right now. Please look at the pine needles out of the way.
Thank you. I look forward to meeting you in person shortly.
Just unable to wait. Invisiboy's like, well, was it him? Do you think we got him?
Unfortunately, while his laugh was most unsettling, it did not have the right frequency of pitch to be Lima.
Damn it!
And Invisiboy, this is a good cup of coffee. You have improved in your barista skills very well. I am very proud of you.
A tear comes to his eye.
In my report.
You don't know how much that means to me. Thank you, Captain Memo.
So,
Richard?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
We should be all righty good to go.
Yes, we are docking as we speak. And the rocket sails into this large rectangular opening as you arrive at the station docking bay.
All clear.
Make sure you all punch in your time cards.
Invisiboy has all his fingers and his appendages crossed, and when we feel that docking, he opens his eyes like, I survived, and immediately takes a punch card and rams it into a slot to account for my hours.
Captain, I am going to lock down the bridge with a 34-digit code so that we can't have our ship stolen like last time.
Very good forward thinking, Creepy. Just be sure to punch in your punch card as soon as you're done.
My other arm goes up and grabs the punch card.
Invisiboy, let's go greet our new friends.
Invisiboy jumps up, putting his hips on his armor, this kind of opaque, stocky armor that has like a black liquid in it that is always moving around and seems like almost like a fish tank practically. But he stands up and follows Captain Memo.
And I am, of course, wearing what seems to be a somewhat worn business suit with scuffed shoes.
Stepping out of the rocket ship, you enter into this this very large docking bay. Captain Memo, what does this docking bay look like? Incorporating 2 full-sized pine trees.
Well, you see, our beautiful rocket ship is suspended in this vast womb-like space. Our docking platform to walk down, though, is very narrow and very steep. It looks like this, like an equation you might see in math class. As I'm walking down, I figure that I could fit at least 2 full-sized pine trees from the great Pacific Northwest before it was all eradicated in the nuclear war, of course. You could at least stack maybe 8 full pine trees, tip to toe.
I just instinctively swallow and disappear from sight, jumping into my vision becomes this kind of weird alternate version of whatever this hangar bay looks like.
When you go invisible, I quickly reach out one of my hands and grab a hold of your shirt tail. I just want to know where you are. I don't want to trip over you. I hate falling down.
You're in this extra dimensional space. What does this look like?
It's all kind of monotone gray, and people have a kind of gold illuminescence to them. Things that are alive tend to have this. And I slip on these mechanical goggles that have various focal lengths, and any living thing that starts coming towards us, I just start kind of analyzing their biometrics.
There is a living person at the bottom of the ramp. You all see him. He has a broom. He's sweeping up some dust. Wearing...
Excuse me.
Yes?
I am looking for station manager Gilman.
You mean
Gilman.
comms operator Gilman?
Yes, comms operator Gilman. Gilman with a G.
Yes. G. Yes. He's right down the catwalk. Get to the double doors. That's going to get you to the main hub area of the station. His office is right on the right. You can't miss it.
Are there any cats on this station?
In what capacity?
Well, it's just funny to call something a catwalk when there would be, in fact, no felines strutting about.
Well, in fact, we did have a rat to take care of the rat. Sorry, apologies. We had a cat to take care of the rat problem, but that problem solved itself. So,
I see. And what might your name be?
My name is Parker, with a P.
Parker. It's so nice to meet you. And as I stare into his eyes, as I shake his hand, has visions of when he went to answer a question in the 3rd grade, and stammered over all of his words, and everyone laughed at him.
Invisiboy in this alternate dimension is using his goggles to study the heart rate and the biometrics, trying to gauge whether there's anything that stands out about Parker that's strange.
He's nervous.
I let out, we can't be having these long conversations, Captain Memo. But you know how my powers work.
I apologize, Invisiboy. I will be speaking to you again soon, Parker.
Parker, from one
Until
employee,
then, continue to have a good morning. I'll
Parker,
walk away.
from one common worker to another, you'll get used to these two. Don't get surprised if Invisiboy appears. It's perfectly normal. And the captain talks kind of loud, but
It's like he's trying to talk over like a jet engine or something.
yeah, well, it's a little hard of hearing. And don't mind me. I'm just handsy. I say as I've been reassuring him by putting my hands on him.
Invisiboy kind of like bows a little and says, "I'm sorry for deceiving you. It's just my power, and I like to use it. I have to ask, anything weird? You seen anything weird on the station lately?"
Well, this isn't really my area of expertise, but something landed on the planet. It was dug up by our mining operations.
Oh my God, that's bad. This is bad news, guys. And I turn to the others.
A piece of tech, machinery.
I
ship?
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. They don't. I mostly do the cleaning.
Oh yeah. Well, what time? When do you recall when this happened?
3 days ago.
My eyes go wide. That's exactly the time frame we've been chasing Lima.
My associate here is talking about a mission that we're on. Yeah, it shouldn't concern you at all. Let's follow the captain. He's heading down that catwalk.
Fellas, I will remind you that we are on company time.
I go chasing after the captain.
Nice to meet you, Parker.
Step down these catwalks through this large, space, this large hangar space, and into what looks like a central hub. There's a small, separate office. That's the comms office on the right, but there are 3 other hallways. What do those lead to?
Well, across the way from the comms operator office is the comms operator lounge. There are 2 coffee machines, neither of which work, a dead potted plant, and 2 sofas. Another room leads to a lavatory that says women only.
Invisiboy. I point to a sign on a door that says, "Look, that's where the helm is."
Very good, Invisiboy.
And
That may be where the station manager is, but I would first like to have a word with comms operator Gilman face to face.
You getting a hunch? You think it's Gilman?
I don't think that it's him. His laugh did not have the right pitch. I just need to know, in case Lima jumps to him later, to pick up on characteristic personality tells.
Captain, internal links are on. We should be able to communicate with one another. I'm going to assume
Let me see if
that
I could still reach Richard. Richard, come in, Richard.
Yes. Oh, sorry. This doesn't usually happen. Yes, what can I help with?
I was just seeing if I could reach you via the radio. I'm glad that we seem to be
here.
in communication.
Me too.
Make
Me
sure
too,
that the
Memo.
ship remains in tip-top shape in case we need to rocket on out of here real quick.
I'll do that.
and I say to Invisiboy, I say, tell the captain, I think he can handle this for now. I'm going to check and see if we're going to be here for any length of time. I think I need to get into that lounge and do some repairs. I can sense that there's some things that need fixing.
I grab one of his 4 wrists and I say, "Creepy crawler, I want to go with you. I'm really intimidated by Captain Memo."
I think you should go with him and listen to everything he says. You'll learn a lot.
dejected, he kind of turns around and heads in the direction of Captain Memo.
You're a good boy. I'll go into the lounge and immediately start fixing the two coffee pots. And
All right. Yeah, both machines are broken. One's actually shooting a bit of hot water out onto the ground. Give me a roll to fix that.
okay. 6. A 6?
Excellent. Both coffee machines are in working order by the time you're done. And Visiboy and Memo, you step into, I believe, the calm sort of area.
Wow, this place is fancy. Looks a lot different than our ship, though.
You must understand that the American Minor Corporation pays good money for their stations. Unfortunately, the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers does not have the same amount of budget. I look over at this rather portly gentleman in an unbuttoned, very it's got that metallic gloss of old sci-fi movie, just bodysuit. But it has buttons, and the buttons are a little undone. And I walk up to him and I say, "You must be comm operator Gilman."
Yes, we spoke on the phone. I believe it was this phone right here.
Ah, what a mighty fine telephone. Gray.
Yes. It's the... Go ahead.
A random vent by me starts spewing weird green gas. I walk away from it and I walk closer to Memo and Gilman and I say, Mr. Parker in the storage bay or in the landing bay, he mentioned that something landed on the planet a couple of days ago. Is that true?
Yes. It was some sort of capsule, some sort of pod.
And I turn invisible.
Where did he go, Captain? You see where he went?
He'll be right back. Now, this telephone, this is the GPO Galaxy Series 9982.
The very
it's
same.
A solid design. Very admirable piece of technology.
Indeed.
Comms operator Gilman.
Yes.
Where might I find the station operations manager?
Station's operation manager will be in the hub, or the helm, rather.
Excellent. And what is their name?
Stacy.
Stacy. Well, I look forward to meeting Stacy. And as I stare at him, he is reminded of a time when he was 3 years old and was bitten by a dog.
How do I remember that? He sits down and stares at the phone.
In the alternate gray miasma universe, I'm putting my goggles on and staring at Gilman, getting the basic idea of how his biometrics are, but then I'm also scanning his desk where the comms are and seeing if there's multiple fingerprints or it's just been him at the comm station.
So there's this sort of vision you have where you can see the fingerprints and you can see how old they are. At one point, you can see his fingerprints have kind of blended in with something else's when he's been at this desk. There's some of the older prints, but the newer prints don't have this.
My eyes widen beneath the goggles, and then I appear again right behind Captain Memo. And I'd like to look at other parts of the ship and maybe meet this Stacy if you think that's okay, Captain Memo.
That sounds like an excellent idea, Invisiboy.
And then Invisiboy's very nervously moving towards the door.
As you're
Let us go find Creepy and find this Stacy.
as you're doing that, let's cut over to Creepy and let's see what Creepy was doing after they repaired these
Well, as soon as
coffee
I've
machines.
as soon as I've repaired the machines,
3 people are already ready to get coffee.
I'll I had to, it didn't taste very good because there's something with the water, but I compensated for it. Now it's working fine. It's all yours, gentlemen. You please enjoy your coffee.
Thanks, man.
And I'm going to crawl out into the hallway again, probably just as Instaboy is backing out of the office. How did everything go?
Again, he spooks me, and I see that it's Creepy Crawler. I say, come on, a superhero huddle, quick!
Okay, 4 hands.
I used my super goggles to scan his desk, and there were multiple fingerprints, not just Gilman's. Somebody could have been sending secret messages.
I suppose that's possible. Are you sure that multiple people don't use that computer?
I don't. Oh God, I'm so stupid. So
No,
stupid.
no. Stop saying that. We'll find it. We'll have our chance to examine that room after Gilman goes to bed tonight.
He said the person at the helm in charge is Stacy. They would be the most likely culprit that Lima would want to take over.
All right, well let's go wander around and see what we can find. There's the helm over there, the door leading to it.
I'll follow Creepy Crawler towards the helm.
Yeah, I'll come to the door of the helm. Is it locked?
No, it slides open. You were announced.
No challenge at all. So it opens with a psh.
Yeah. What does the helm look like?
It's a semicircle wrapped around with a lot of gadgetry at hand level, and then big wide windows all the way across. Heavily reinforced but clear as crystal.
But also really grimy and underlit.
Yeah, especially around the edges. Space dust.
And you can tell there's like another sort of separate hallway that leads to what looks like the sign above it says laboratories and then processing. So it's kind of the main functions of the station are that way.
There's probably a main computer here somewhere, though it's not might be directly below us or above us.
Maybe she knows, and I point at the first woman I see in the helm.
What does she look like?
Blonde.
With her hair in a severe bun on the back.
Are you Captain Stacy?
She turns around. No, that's her. Points to another woman. What does she look like?
The complete opposite of what you assume a Stacy looks like. Dark hair.
Dark hair. She's a handsome woman, you would say. She's not beautiful, but she's not ugly. She's
well built,
intelligent.
like strong.
Yeah, strong.
And there's it's a similar outfit to what Gilman was wearing, but there's a bunch of medals on it.
Captain Memo, should I introduce us, or do you want to do the formalities?
Invisiboy, I believe that as part of your ongoing training, you should take the lead on this one. If you need advice, I will be right behind you.
Like a proud Boy Scout, he takes a step forward, clears his throat. We are the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers, Problem Solvers Division. I'm Invisiboy, and I strike a pose and then disappear.
And I'm Creepy Crawler.
She turns
And I am Captain Memo. I am pleased to meet you after hearing so much about you and your fine talents from comm operator Gilman. That's Gilman with a G.
It is a pleasure to meet you. You can tell the young man here he can come back.
Sorry.
It's, what? I assume you... Why are you here?
Well, we have bad news for you, miss. The arch-villain Lima was traced back to this place, and we were able to confirm with your crew that something landed on the planet. You may have dug him up, and he's probably amongst you now, I whisper.
Lima, you say? I haven't heard that name in years.
So you've heard of him before?
Yes. He killed my second husband on our wedding day.
That bastard.
My goodness.
He's just a heartbreaker across the universe. Then you know he's got a weird laugh. Has anybody been laughing weird lately?
Well, 3 days ago, Comms Officer Gilman had this really strange laugh. He laughed strange, but this was different. Today, though, yes, our lead scientist laughing oddly. I told a horrible joke, and he laughed at it in the first case, which is rare.
Like sympathy laugh. That's the worst.
Yes, but it was weirdly pitched. Like he was choking on one of those rubber chickens.
I just look at Captain Memo and Creepy Crawler.
It sounds like we have a good lead. Now, Stacy, if you are ever interested in perhaps getting a third husband, you seem like my kind of gal. Let me write down my personal.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm actually on number 5, but you could be the 6th.
6 is great. It's one of my favorite numbers. Let me write down my personal telephone number. And I pull out my obnoxiously small notepad and
She puts on some glasses.
Invisiboy is extremely uncomfortable with displays of affection, and so he saddles up next to Creepy Crawler and says, "You know, Creepy, I've got an idea. Maybe we should corral all of this, the scientists and the space folk here on the ship, and just kind of get them in one place, and maybe we can figure out a test, like tell them all a joke or something."
Oh, that's not a bad idea. The problem is there's probably 3 shifts on this ship, and they're not all awake at the same time. But we could do it 3 times, I suppose.
I wouldn't want to wake anybody up, but yeah, whatever we got to do.
Well, you got one group on duty, you got one group asleep, and you got the third group at recreation.
Stacy,
we could get them when they're on recreation.
Stacy speaks up. Actually, due to our very good coffee, we only have 2 shifts.
Oh.
Good coffee, you say?
Yes. Well, our machines have been down, but...
I fixed them.
Oh, thank you.
That's
and
what
she
I
gives
do.
you
I fix things.
She takes a little, like, metal out of her pocket and pins it on you.
Oh, thank you. It's made out of titanium. That's interesting.
Captain Memo, we've got an idea about maybe corralling everyone together to perform some kind of test, but I'm going to leave it to you to decide what to do next.
I believe what we should do first is talk to this head scientist. If that doesn't make Lima turn up his head, then we will go with the mass stand-up comedy route that you have suggested.
All right. I mean, this sounds like our most likely culprit, so I'm going to get ready. I pull out a nightstick and it falls out, and then I'm going to hold my breath.
I might suggest one alternative, too. To joke telling is a good idea, but I don't know what your miners are like. A boxing match would also work pretty well.
Comedy boxing match 1-2 combo. Excellent thinking, Creepy.
Stacy speaks up. I'd have to check with HR about the boxing match. but maybe we could do a comedy show if it's approved by, well, our committee, which we can maybe circumvent that.
You
Breathe
have
out.
a committee. I love talking to committees. If you need assistance, please do not hesitate to ask.
Well, we can get them on. We could maybe get them on the phone. They're very busy with their meetings and paperwork. But you wanted to speak to the head scientist?
Invisiboy reappears and says, "What's their
jumps.
name?" Sorry, I'm so sorry. Do you know their name?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of a name. Well, actually, yes, yes, but his name does bring up some trauma. So he just goes by Mike for now.
A doctor with a name so bad it
and
brings about trauma?
Don't. He doesn't like being called doctor or anything. The graduate years were rough on him.
Would he mind if I called him Mikey? Or does he only go by Mike?
Oh, he would love Mikey. It'd do good for him to hear that.
Sounds like a nice enough guy.
And now, while we go talk to Mikey, I assume you will be calling the committee on this excellent Stromberg-Carlson Mercury model 77-24.
Yes, we just got that in.
It seems like an excellent telephone. I've heard good things.
We'll see if we can do like a flag football, but for boxing sort of thing.
Oh, that would work too. Yeah.
I'm good at flag football.
But like for boxing, like, fake it. Or we could do flag football in the
Maybe possibly do it without the flags and do it real football.
Well, I'd have to get HR's approval, and you know how they are.
Well, Captain, the entity in question does not enjoys violence, so we're trying to a bunch of men running around trying to grab each other's flags is not exactly. That's more gay erotica than it is violent.
Yes, Creepy, you make an excellent point. However, it is not within our purview, according to the standard operating procedures of the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers, to override the HR operations of any lawful company operating in space.
That's true.
Invisiboy is visibly upset at this fact. He wants to circumvent things.
Let us go talk to Mikey. Stacy, again, you have my personal telephone number. Should you ever look for husband number 6? And as I look at her, she's reminded of a time where her mom left her in the grocery store and forgot about her for 2 hours.
You can hear her muttering, I went to her. I thought she was my mom, and I went up and hold her hand, and she wasn't. She looks at you, Mimo. How could you do this?
Instaboy, I'm imagining that a few good well-placed insults might get you into a fight with one of the miners, in which case we'll have our violence.
I mean, we're about to meet the most likely culprit, so we should throw some insults at this Mike. Maybe we should call him Doctor.
I'm glad you're tough.
Yeah. The worst always happens, though, to the toughest.
It's not fair for me.
Do you have 4 of everything? Oh, never mind. And I just follow Captain Memo.
Step down a sort of flight of stairs, maybe into a kind of lab area. Maybe it's like on your left there's the labs, and on your right just processing where they do. That's a much larger space where they do all the mining operations. But what kind of equipment does this lab sort of appear to have?
Well, this lab seems to be mostly pipes. pipes going this way and that way. It's lit by a single red light bulb dangling helplessly from the roof, but the light bulb seems to be having problems. It flickers on and off.
There's a lot of really scary looking instruments, things that are used to carve people up and things like that. It's intimidating.
There's also puddles of what look like grease on the floor that have sort of that rainbow pattern across the top, but the grease itself is as black as pitch.
And in the middle of the room, kind of among all the equipment, is this glass case thing that kind of has like a spout like a teapot, and it's covered with a white sheet. And you see sort of step out from behind it a very small man who has an oversized lab coat. Kind of disappears among it. And he squints in
Hello,
the dim light.
Are you the one they refer to as Mikey?
That's me.
Hello, my name is Captain Memo. I am from the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers Problem Solvers Division. How are you this morning?
Oh, I am actually pretty good. Good day and everything.
What's so good about it? And Visible's just like scrutinizing everything he does.
When you have a productive day, when you get stuff done, it's a good day.
What have you been working on, Mikey?
Just regular duties.
Is the duty behind
Duty.
this? And I point at the white smock.
He looks over at this covered object. That's not important at all.
Do we have some jurisdiction here, Captain Memo, to force him to tell us what it is?
Unfortunately, we would need approval. Let me see if I can get approval. Richard. Come here,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes, sorry.
I need you to file paperwork with the nearest AALESF office on Alpha Centauri.
Which Alpha Centauri, 1 or 2?
Alpha Centauri 2, actually.
Yes, okay. Apologies. That's I'm getting that done right away. Under your name.
Thank you. Yes, under my name.
Invisiboy wants to take action into his own hands, and he nonchalantly slips the goggles, the analyzing goggles, onto his eyes. And he's just going to kind of look around the room, looking for DNA or any evidence of alien inhabiting the space.
Give me a roll. And Creepy, what are you doing?
I'm looking at all of the equipment, cataloging what it's for, and I may simply drift over near the covered object and see if I get any spidey tingling from it as being dangerous or something like that. My superpower.
Yeah, give me a roll with just with Boom. I think that is your power. Keep forgetting to ask that.
9.
You sort of
Or
feel
it's a
it.
5. It's 5, yeah.
Mhm. The device itself underneath this doesn't seem dangerous, but you get the feeling whatever's inside could be.
Are you working on a transport pod? Is that what's under your blanket here?
No, that's some equipment.
Mind if I take a look? And I'm just going to
No.
grab it.
Don't do that. It's gonna mess up the
Oh, it's got
Mike,
some sort of, yeah.
Mikey,
Yes.
you are a very short man, but you are not the shortest man that I have met.
Some would even say you look like you'd be a good doctor, Mike.
Don't you ever say that again.
I'll say whatever the hell I want. Suddenly
Instaboy,
changing.
there is no need for that kind of language. Now, Mikey, the man that I knew who is shorter than you are went by the name of Legs. So we meet again at last.
Is it really you?
Yes, it's me. Lima.
I moved to lock the door so that he
I
can't
immediately
get out.
pull out a nightstick.
You try to mess with me, and I destroy what is inside this pod.
What kind of crazy plans are you hatching under there?
The kind that could destroy your kind forever.
I'm going to hold my breath and then run in to try to hit him.
All right, give me a roll with a boon.
Ooh. 2 strikes.
You, with the nightstick, you, what does this look like, actually? Oh, wait, I describe it. You swing at him. He doesn't see it coming. And, you hit him just right in the forehead. And he sort of falls back against the pod and grabs a hold of the sheet.
It's way more violent than I was even planning for, so I'm immediately, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. I just want you to comply.
What are the rest of you doing?
I've closed the door and locked it with a 17-digit code. I then leap up onto the ceiling, and I'm moving over. I'm going to pull the sheet off of whatever he's working on.
You can give me a roll. I believe just a regular roll.
Okay. 3.
Would you like to spend any karma?
Yeah, I'll spend karma to make it a 4.
Mm-hmm. You lift up that sheet and sort of spin it out of the way. The Lima, now that you know Lima, is going to actually try to flee, is going to try to duck among these pipes, this sort of maze of pipes in the back of the room. Captain Memo, what are you doing?
He seems to be scurrying away. If only we had that cat that was mentioned to scurry after him. But in absence of the cat, I will be trying to follow him, staring him down, so he has experiences, remembering a time when, as a small entity on his alien dimension, he was supposed to be meeting with a friend at a protoplasmic bubble, but the friend never arrived.
He gives you this death stare as you look at him. Give me a roll, actually.
I also
With the
think
boon.
I'm more capable of going in between all the pipes. So
I would like to spend a point of karma to turn the 3 into a 4.
You crawl after him. Well, are you crawling after him?
Yes.
And he's scurrying among the pipes. He's this little short man, so he can actually just walk under a lot of them. And Creepy, are you following too?
I'm going to scurry along behind him quickly. I'm going to try to loop a bit of wire around his foot as he's going, and then tie him down so he can't go any farther.
Invisiboy goes to follow his allies, but then stops and turns around and tries to really take in what was hidden underneath that white sheet. He's trying to discern what it is he's looking at.
It's some sort of teapot-esque with a glass window escape pod. And there's something inside of it that's kind of like underneath the fogginess of the window itself. Can't quite make out what it is.
I run over to a comm system and I punch in the helm and I say, Captain, we need you to make sure that you don't let anyone in or out of the cargo bay. We think we've got a hand on Lima.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll try to. Yes, I'm on it.
And once that's done, then I'll follow after my allies.
You crawl among these pipes. Creepy, you wanted to wrap something around Lima's leg.
Like a piece of wire, flip it around it like a lasso.
Yeah, give me a roll. You grab it. He's scurrying in the pipes, but you have a hold of his leg.
Okay. I'm gonna wire his leg to a pipe. I've got him. I've got him tied down. Be careful, Captain. We don't know how he transfers.
Invisiboy.
Don't worry about me, creepy.
Invisiboy's just dragging himself, trying to catch up with his allies, looking for them in the pipes. Unsure if he's lost or not.
Yeah. They're not too far in because you can hear Lima struggling. He's making out this laugh.
Are you invisible?
No.
Okay. If I see you, I'll reach out one of my hands and grab you and pull you quickly across the floor. You slide across the floor to get closer.
Oh, I don't know if I want to be closer.
He's right over there. I've got him tied down. He ain't going nowhere.
Memo.
As Lima is tied to this pipe, I pull out my obnoxiously small notepad. Saying, Lima, due to your numerous crimes, I am writing you this order to appear at the courthouse on Alpha Centauri 1 within 3 Cleveland Standard days.
Is this higher pitched laugh again as Lima or Dr. or Mikey's jaw unhinges and you see like eyes and a little nose, and it's like this orange cat crawls out of his mouth and starts trying to get away.
It looks like the cat is out of the bag.
Or out of the mic. I just start screaming.
I'm
and
now going to
steam is
scramble.
coming out of him.
I'm going to try to scramble forward quickly and grab a hold of the cat. Damn it! Cats are so hard to catch.
It has the advantage of being in these pipes, so believe that would be with a bane to try to grab it among these pipes.
All right.
Steam's
It is
blocking
trying
the
to get to the catwalk.
2.
It's
I can't get it.
slinking among these pipes. The steam is blocking your vision. It's going farther in. Invisible.
Damn it!
Invisiboy kind of collapses on his back in this tight space, and he says, Captain Memo, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but we gotta try different tactics with this guy. Even if we gave him that damn a letter to appear before court, it's not like he actually would. I'm afraid we're gonna have to use some other method.
Invisible Boy, I appreciate your youthful enthusiasm, but there are procedures for a reason.
You're right. You're right. All right.
At this point, now that he's resisting accepting the summons, I think that we can move on to lethal force.
I like the way you think, creepy crawler. And all right, let's find a way out of here.
Let me get confirmation, creepy. You might be right, Richard.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Tech status.
I need you to contact the AALESF office on Alpha Centauri 1 this time.
1, correct. Yes, the first one.
Request permission for use of lethal force.
Yes. I will do that. I'll start filling out this form right away. Do you file as single or married for your tax? This is still for the first form.
I filed single, but I hope that will change very soon.
Invisiboy just can't stand the bureaucracy. He's like, I'm going after him, and I start trying to find an exit out of these pipes.
And I'm going with him.
It's kind of like this labyrinth sort of tunnel filled with pipes that curls around the whole ship, sort of feeding all its different functions. The lab is just the only sort of open entrance to it.
We're running out of space. Yeah.
Invisiboy, you can give me a roll.
Success.
You're crawling after it. You can see this cat kind of moving among the different pipes, and it's letting out the same sort of laugh. It doesn't make the noises.
The space is getting smaller and smaller as I crawl after him, getting closer and closer. I'm going to try just with my baton to push him up against one of the walls so that he can't go any farther.
All right. Give me a roll.
I'm going to spend 2 karma to make that a 4.
Yeah, you pushed it up. I'm not going to say you're hitting the cat, but you're just kind of holding it against the wall.
There's a hook at the end, and I'm just trying to stick it.
Scratching at the the baton.
I'm going to start trying to bring him closer to me. Good thing I have gloves on, and I'm going to reach out to try to grab the scruff of its neck.
You grab it. You grab a hold of Lima, and it has these angry green eyes. It's this orange like cat, and has very sharp claws. They're scratching at you.
I'm breathing heavily. I've caught my first bad guy, and a major villain too. Oh man, wait till the guys at home hear about this. Creepy crawler, Captain Memo, and I start trying to drag back towards them.
It starts to like try to reach towards your own mouth. Like it's trying to climb inside of it.
I'll try to resist it getting into my mouth.
All right.
I'd like to try to reach forward and slap a breather mask on his face.
Okay, I'll say both of you can give me a roll.
Success.
Success.
Do you hold your breath to try to keep it from?
Probably instinctively, and I disappear.
Yeah. And there's this cat floating in the air.
And then a mask goes on my face, so there's just like a mask floating by this cat.
Yeah. You any sort of pipe networks? How do you plan on climbing out of it, holding this cat?
I'd let go of my breath once I feel the mask on my face, and then just move back towards my allies. I'm heading in the direction of the lab, as it seems like it's the only way to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm helping you by pulling you backwards.
We did it, creepy!
Keep a hold of it. Cats are notoriously wiggly. We need to put it in a bag or something.
Captain
Don't
Memo!
worry. I have found in the laboratory they're cat carriers from when they used to have a rat problem. And
There are.
I pull out one of those cat backpack things where there's like the bubble in the back for like the cat to look out.
Feeling really bold, I do a barrel roll and then try to throw the cat into the cat carrier like a
Right.
superhero would.
Yeah, that'll be a roll, and you're trying to throw it among all these pipes, so it's getting through all of them. Let's see how that does.
Oh,
Success.
nice.
It flies at Memo. You catch it, I assume.
Yeah,
It's in
goes
the
in the bag and I zip it closed.
Freedom is rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
It's doing its
You have the right to an attorney.
I walk up to the cage and I say, but you don't have the right to break anyone's heart anymore. Wipe my hands.
It looks at you, and it's kind of pressing one of its eyes up against the sort of the plastic window.
Creepy, is there some way we can guarantee that it doesn't escape this cat's body?
I think that I can weld shut the zipper. I've got a zipper welder.
You do. It's the all-American brand zipper welder for those pesky zippers that don't want to stay shut.
Yeah. Cost me $35.95 on Temu.
Man,
What is
maybe
Temu?
Oh, it's a cheap thing, a place where you get cheap tools.
well, it
How is
worked.
it all American if it comes? Never mind. The important thing is that we have caught the dastardly feline.
Everyone back in on Mars is going to love this news. We're going to be bigger than heroes. We're going to be superheroes.
You gotta
We
put him
already
in
are superheroes, Invisiboy.
We're going to be ultra heroes.
keep up this
I'm
good
sure
work,
you'll get
Instaboy.
a
You're gonna
medal.
be a
Good job, Invisiboy.
here. You can have this one. I'll pin my medal on him.
So you climb back out into this lab space, and it's locked from Creepy locking it earlier, but
Yeah.
there's still that pod.
Guys, I don't know what's in here, but it's not good. What should we do about this? Should we just leave it?
Well, let me take a look at it. You guys can. I mean, you can stay if you want, but somebody
I'm
should
gonna
get that
go
back to
bring
Richard.
Lima to Richard.
Put him in the quarantine pod. There's nothing that gets out of that, even if he's a germ.
You're looking inside the pod.
Yeah. So what do we got here?
The first thing you see is a regular household object that's kind of weirdly sitting in here. What is that? What object is that?
There's a coffee pot inside the giant teapot.
And then a sort of baby's hand grabs it. And you realize there's like some sort of infant inside of this pod too.
He's been multiplying.
What is... It's one odd thing about it. What is that?
The baby is blue.
Yeah. And a little like there's a little inscription on this pod. And it's well, what does it say actually? I'll let one of you decide it. It explains why this thing's here.
Invisiboy looks to Creepy Crawler. Do you think Lima had a son?
I think he might have multiplied. This inscription here: fear is the mind killer. I don't know what that means, but
I mean, you could probably infer, but you're right. It could mean anything.
we don't know if he's able to transfer consciousness into an infant like this. If it is an infant, even an infant version of what he is, it's not inherently evil. We could raise it as our own.
Yeah, maybe it'll end up having powers like us. The next member of the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers.
We certainly can't kill it. That would go against all of our ethics and morals. And
It'd make us no better than Lima.
just an innocent baby. I wonder if it has to stay in this incubation chamber.
Well, I think if the two of us work together, we could at least bring the whole incubation chamber back to our rocket.
Yeah, there's room.
All right, and I'll grab one side and do my best to assist Creepy Crawler to get it to our rocket.
We'll let the Centaurans decide when we get back what to do with the infant.
The American Centauran League.
He's awful cute, though. I'm poking my head through the glass,
It's
looking at it.
Pouring the pot. Just doing that motion back and forth. It can somehow lift this thing despite it being larger than
Hello.
itself.
Hello. Hello.
All four hands.
Yeah.
So we sort of see you all. You have Lima in this cat, which is scratching at the plastic of the bag, at the weird baby pod thing, and you are pushing that out. Is there anything else you would like to do aboard the station? Any last minute conversations? Morgan, you're muted, I think.
Yeah, as I put Lima into the quarantine pod on the rocket, I look at him and I say, now that you're behind bars, I'll never have to worry about being late again.
It does a little motion like tapping on a watch and looks into your eyes and then it shakes its head.
Invisiboy sees the crew, the captain, and some of the crew enter the cargo hold, and he just gives them a salute and says, "Thanks for all your help, gang. We're going to return with this guy and what looks to be a blue baby, but good work. We're going to give you all accommodations back at the company."
Means commendations, not accommodations.
Oh, that's so
We
stupid.
don't want you to visit. All right. What are we going to name the baby?
As I'm walking back up the catwalk, depends on what power it manifests. I mean, what if it shoots water or something? You know, it's Water Boy or.
Well, for now we can call it Little Blue.
I like that.
Why not call it Baby Blue?
Baby Blue. Well, it's kind of more deep blue, but okay, Baby Blue.
Invisiboy sits in his chair at the helm and just starts singing like "Baby Blue,
And the ship sort of, it starts taking off and it starts getting ready to fly away back to finally lock up Lima. And Richard says, "Oh, the paperwork all went through. Oh, yeah, you can kill him."
Better to bring him to justice.
Invisiboy removes his
I will
hand from
keep
the
that in
ejection
mind.
button.
Thank you, Richard. Please navigate us to Alpha Centauri 2.
And there's this weird sort of hyperspace thing that looks like you're just moving through a hallway as you fly away. And that's where we'll close things out.
Yeah, that was fun.
I would
like
like
that
to
one.
see the further adventures.
Tune in next week for the further adventures of the All-American League of Extraordinary Spacefarers, Problem Solver Division.
Yeah,
I think we managed to nail that tone pretty well.
Yeah, I
It's
like
sufficiently weird.
Well, David doing David Lynch was
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Very
helped for
hard not
sure.
to giggle.
That was not my intention, but as soon as you said like I adjusted the fins, so it'll be smooth sailing. Like, but we're not on the ocean. Just like just popped into my. I'm like, well, we're just doing a David Lynch impression.
That was
Sawyer,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought you did a good job of like maintaining the tone. I'd like the passing it on to us. I feel like that's not necessarily something that I've ever considered as a table convention, because the concern is you might start getting too out of character. But I think we did a good job of staying in character and then, just kind of quickly throwing it back at you. That I think that worked really well.
Yeah, I didn't want to be, because I felt like this could be very me over and over again describing weird rooms. I wanted to give y'all a chance with sort of the room layout and stuff.
And it works out for you to be able to, if you don't know what the hell is in that room, we can help you. That was really cool. Did you have, is there anything in your brain that maybe we didn't explore? Like what was your setup in your mind of what's going on?
The idea was that they, someone out there sent this like Superman baby thing to this planet, and Lima wanted to sort of take over it.
Ah.
And so that's what you found is kind of like a Superman parallel, because it's like it's a superhero story. So you got like the weird baby coming from a Lynchian dimension.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be, the next Superman or whatever. And Lima's like trying to butt in. But I felt like I couldn't really capture a full like Bob experience in this sort of setting with Lima. I just kind of made him like, Dollar Tree Bob.
Well, I'll tell you, the description of the cat coming out of the mouth was so terrifying. That was great. That was exactly on point.
Yeah, when I thought it was going to be like the little person's going to run out of his mouth and scurry away. Like, he's getting away. But when it was a cat, that was hilarious. It was like a callback joke to how they were going to get a cat.
So the baby's not another one of him.
It
so
could
we
be.
can take it as our baby and have our...
That's why I let you decide what was on it, because originally I was going to put some sort of Superman like escape message, but then I was like, I'll let them decide what's on it. So it could be this. It could just be like, this thing's going to destroy all of you or something.
I feel like one of the challenges with comedy when it comes to like an improv game like this is you start to get into the territory of like everybody trying to one up each other, which I don't think we really experienced. But I do think in the future, like with like Morgan, we might want to give more space for everyone to have their say, because I feel like sometimes there was points where the very funny character of Captain Memo would kind of steamroll through stuff, Yeah,
that's fair. It was a very big.
I mean, it was a great character, but
character took up a lot of space. Yeah, I hear you.
But I mean, I'm just amazed that we actually got through to the end. I feel like it took us forever to get to the end of that train situation. I feel like we did a good job this round. Yeah, this round, I feel like we got to it much quicker.
Yeah, that's one thing is like, I don't know how long we officially have, but getting every employee from every shift would take a very long time, and that's why I said there were 2 shifts initially, just to kind of lower that number to something a little bit more manageable. If that's the route we ended up going.
No, we need you to improvise 40 NPCs.
That was smart on your part, to say that.
We never came across any of the miners or anything like that, so
they were all in processing.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are probably on the planet itself. So
I thought our interactions with each other worked very well. Very much into character.
I do think at the end, as we sort of started winding down, the things became a little bit too loose when it came to like just kind of making jokes or breaking character in a way. I think it's hard once you've like done the thing to then maintain focus, to be like, okay, then my character goes here and does it. You kind of like start getting ready to end it. But I think maybe next time we try to find like a solid resolution. I was waiting for something to happen with Memo and the captain, the final farewell.
That's what I was giving you a little epilogue
Yeah.
for, but like a little any last minute things. I was hoping something would happen. Maybe you'll get a call. You got the she has your number. She's probably getting over the awkwardness of getting lost in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Well, what do we think of maybe assigning 2 new either setting or tone? We did Lynchian, so we can actually replace Lynchian, or we can keep it. But I think Lynchian and then our 2 superhero and space, one of those 3, I think, can change.
I'll let someone else decide.
Maybe
So I can see it. Okay, here we go. I think we should get rid of melodrama because I think that melodrama would be ridiculous if we,
I mean, any more ridiculous than Lynchian?
I honestly agree with that because I don't have a great grasp on melodrama in general. So,
this is like I'm just picturing melodrama pirates where you realize that there's another ship and it's
it's all like relationship
twin,
problems,
right? Like it's all I didn't cheat on you. That was actually my twin that I never told you about. And
okay, you're selling me on it now. I'm not running melodrama.
Would it make you feel better, Tom, if it was soap opera as opposed to melodrama?
Well, it's funny you said that because I was just going to say something like telenovela or soap opera.
Telenovela, everyone that's speaking Spanish.
Melodrama / soap opera, like that makes sense. But as far as replacing Lynchian,
soap opera is also, I liked the Lynchian. Soap opera is also going to lead to comedy.
True.
Because it's always,
right. Over the
Jeff
top.
is sleeping with Mark and Mark is sleeping with Janet and Janet is.
Maybe we replace superheroes. Just because it's like.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Yeah. Superheroes to let's see, we have a lot of settings here already that work.
Superheroes to
what about like Grimdark or something?
Yeah, we could do Grimdark.
Grimdark soap opera.
When you say Grimdark, what are we referring to?
That's like Warhammer.
Warhammer,
just like whatever it is, it's
everything's just like absurdly messed up for like
dystopian
for no reason.
Dystopian,
right? Like it's
we could just say dystopian.
Yeah,
that kind of leaves a lot of areas that we can interpret for dystopian.
Yeah, so replace superheroes with dystopian. Leave space there, I guess.
Space is just there's so much you can do with it.
Yeah, there's so much space. It's space. It's huge.
Yeah, it's infinite.
Yeah, but if we're wanting to a tone that we could replace Lynchian with, we could just say serious.
Serious.
That might be a little too vague.
Or
something
drama.
like drama. Yeah, just not instead of melodrama, just drama. Tragedy.
So then we would have soap opera, and then under a Lynchian we would have drama, or just
instead of soap opera. Why don't we turn that just into one thing? Drama. In other words, it's a serious story.
Yeah.
It's not a because I still like Lynchian.
I vote we leave Lynchian, and
Right.
So really, we're just changing superheroes to dystopian.
Superheroes to dystopian, and melodrama just to drama.
Okay.
Serious. You can say serious drama.
Sure.
Look at the other ones. I'm not sure about dungeon crawl, but
no, I mean it's just so straightforward. Like
maybe,
I'm fine with leaving some of that might be a challenge, right? Because like we at Into the Darkness, we don't do dungeon crawls, so
right.
Getting that would be an interesting challenge to think
through.
But
dungeons full of traps that we have to get past. And
I get why you're thinking that could be a challenge, but I don't know. I mean, I think
Soap opera dungeon crawl.
exactly. There's just too many possibilities.
I can't believe
I'm
it's the
fine.
dragon that slept with my sister. Yeah.
Exactly.
I just love going into this. The one I picked last time and the double. It's like,
That was awesome because I've never seen that before, and it produced some pretty interesting results.
Let me go ahead and finish up, and we can keep talking after that. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Sawyer Hill, and myself. Well, I gotta move that around then. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Sergio, Crego, and myself, with Sawyer Hill acting as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe, into the world of role-playing games. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.